Can we please stop doing will the number one overall pick go back to school until it actually happens? Cooper Flagg was the consensus number one overall pick in this upcoming NBA draft, and he said yesterday he's leaving Duke after a little bit of speculation that he could possibly go back to school. And this has been going on since I was a kid. I remember back in 2003 when Carmelo Anthony was coming out in the draft, in the LeBron James draft, there was speculation that he could go back for an extra year at Syracuse after winning the national championship. And guess what? Just like every other top pick, he ended up going. Now look, there have been a few exceptions to the rule. Guys like Harrison Barnes in 2011 decided to go back for an extra year, and he ended up falling to the 7th pick in the 2012 draft. Marcus Smart almost went in a weak draft in 2013, and he could have been the number one overall pick, decided to go back for the next year, ended up falling to the 6th pick in the 2014 draft, which was a much stronger draft. But on the whole, if you're considered to be like a quote-unquote generational prospect or a no-brainer number one overall pick, you're going to the NBA draft. Even in the NIL era where these guys can actually make money in college, which is great, it is just different money in the NBA. It's just different. You start the clock on generational wealth when you join the NBA. Not only sponsorships, but your rookie scale contract is much more money. And then you're getting closer to that huge payday, that second contract that gets guys hundreds of millions of dollars. I mean, the last one I can remember that was rumored that he could possibly go back to school was Zion Williamson, who ended up coming to the NBA anyway because he was the number one overall pick in the 2019 draft. And hey, that ended up working out for him. He was not available a ton on his rookie deal, still got a max contract because of the talent and the flashes he had. And if he went back to Duke, it could have been a potential disaster for him. What if he goes back to Duke and has a career-altering injury and is not able to go to the NBA and make as much money as he has? Now, obviously, Zion hasn't really lived up to the hype, but he is kind of the test case for why these guys will always go to the draft. You cannot risk these things when you're trying to build not only just your own generational wealth, potentially, but also, on top of that, basically a brand name. Now, we will see guys that might get projected to go in the lottery that will end up going back to school, I think, because the money isn't that much different when you're like the 13th or 14th pick. But generally speaking, you want to start that clock early. It doesn't make sense for these guys to go back to school, even with the NIL era. So yeah, let's just ignore this, especially when next year is a loaded draft that could have 3 number one potential overall picks. It's smart for Cooper Flagg to come out now. He'll definitely be the number one overall pick. There's no question about it. And he'll start that clock and be a great rookie right away in the NBA, I would imagine.